Consuelos.
John.
Absolute pleasure to see you. You have
Indeed.
been amazing today on the shoot, and I really respect you for being so generous with your time and your energy, and you're down to have a good time. You're down to make it the best it can be, which kind of is who you are. I think you're very enthusiastic.
It was great. I thought I had so much fun. I typically am so kind of a little wooden with my photos, but you warm me up.
You are a
I
natural.
enjoy it.
You are a natural, but you're also an actor, a writer, a producer. You are a host. You are married to Kelly Ripa.
Yes.
Forgive me.
That's good.
Kelly Ripa, and you are a father of 3. You are an F1 enthusiast. You're very passionate about soccer. You're a New York Jets fan, and you're an ordained minister, which really impressed me when I read that bit. That was really interesting. So, you're kind of who I thought you were. You're just full of you have such a successful life, and I think you work really, really hard at this. And you married a long time, but it's wonderful. We've been married the same amount of years. We've got the same amount of kids, but you really, your energy and your attitude and your intelligence and everything is geared towards doing the best you can, filling the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run. And it's a pleasure to be around that kind of person. And the questions that I've devised are 20 questions, which really just get to the heart of who we are.
Okay.
So, number 1, who are you?
Oh gosh. Wow, that's a great question. I would start with probably a work in progress. Absolutely. I identify strongly as a father and a husband. Those 2 titles take a lot of my energy very voluntarily. I love being both those things. I'm someone who really enjoys a challenge, solving a puzzle. If there's a leak in a roof, I love that.
You're one of those.
I love it.
That's great.
If something's not working, I love to devise why. I have no engineering background at all, but I don't know what that is. I love architecture and design. But I am someone who makes a tremendous amount of mistakes still. I've been given the gift of learning how to, on a daily basis, correct those things, which has changed it changed my life tremendously. And I love the phrase, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now?
I feel great. I feel great. I feel stable.
That's solid. That's
stable, content, serene. I feel grateful. I had a lot of fun today. Obviously, you worry about the world and all that stuff. But I feel great.
Good.
I feel good.
Where did you grow up and what was it like?
Oh wow, I bounced around a lot early on. I was born in Spain. I was there for about a month. I remember nothing. And then I moved to Sardinia, and then moved to Puglia in Italy, and then moved to Kansas City for like a year, and then moved to a small town in southern Illinois from first grade until my sophomore year in high school. I had a good 10 years. That's where I grew up, in this small town. It's about 3,200 people, just near St. Louis. My house was the last street in the city limits. Soybean fields, idyllic.
Oh, amazing.
Childhood. No one looked like us.
Okay.
In Illinois.
Okay, sure, yeah.
I didn't know any other Mexican or Italian families, so we stood out. But I really loved it. It's the kind of place where you leave at 8 o'clock in the morning in the summer, and you come back to your house at 8 o'clock at night, and your parents didn't worry about you. Great education, great memories. I'm glad I grew up in a small. I'm really a small town guy.
Right. I love that your family seem like they're an amazing family. Your mum and your dad seem to have really done a great job in raising you, and you seem to cherish both your Italian side from your mum and the Mexican side from your dad.
Very proud of both.
Really beautiful. What excites you?
What excites me? I love, the most exciting thing for me of late is, over the summer, we're lucky enough to spend some time near the ocean, and 5:50, 6 o'clock, it's a place where the sun sets around that time. Going for a swim with my family. Anybody wants to come along, I'm there every night.
Yeah.
Without fail.
Yeah.
I do a sunset swim, and friends that are visiting us, and we jump in the sun, in the sea, in the salt water, and watching that sun go down and touch. And we know it's not touching.
Yeah.
Physically, it's not touching.
Yeah.
But there's something magical about that. I love, I love being with my family. I love Formula One. That really excites me. I love watching my soccer team. We were able to buy a piece of a soccer team in Italy. I love Sundays, and I love the anticipation of watching. And by the way, it's the only football I watch.
All right.
I don't watch Premier League.
Oh, you don't?
I don't
Oh,
watch
you don't?
anymore. No, I watch.
Oh, I thought you were.
I watch 4th Division.
Oh man.
Italian
Oh,
football.
man.
That's all I do.
Is it good?
It's fantastic.
Is it good?
I'll send you a link.
Please do.
Yeah.
Because I've got 2 very good soccer players in my family. My boys are great soccer players, but they'll probably know the teams as well. And what scares you?
Other than the usual stuff as a father,
Yeah.
like what world are we leaving my kids
Yeah.
and their kids and
Yeah.
their kids,
Yeah.
that stuff occupies a lot of my mind. I'm claustrophobic.
Oh, are you?
I found out basically when I was about 38 years old. I went scuba diving, and I realized, and I had like a panic attack about 30 or 40 feet underwater, deep, and I'm like, that was weird. And then I started going, when I was in elevators, I started feeling the same sensation.
Wow.
I started taking plane trips. I've flown all my life.
Yeah, really?
Not a problem.
And it kicked in later on?
Some pathway was connected that I never knew was there. Or maybe it's always been there, and I just, the anxiety I didn't understand.
Yeah.
So tight spaces.
Wow.
We have an elevator in our townhouse, and I have a little stash where I keep some anti-anxiety medication.
Oh, seriously?
Just in case I get
Really?
stuck.
Really?
I haven't been stuck yet, but people have been stuck in that elevator.
Wow.
So-
Okay. Well, you've done really well today because we've been without daylight all day in a confined
Well,
space.
I know where the exits are.
Okay. What's your proudest achievement?
Oh gosh, I would have to say my marriage and my kids. Those things I am extremely proud of.
That makes sense. What's the hardest thing you've ever done?
Accepting that I am not in control.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Being able to get that, to really understand.
I get it, but I challenge it probably daily. But then I'm like, oh, I can't control that person. I can't control the weather. I can't control this. I'm just gonna have to figure this out. Accept it.
That's wisdom.
Yeah.
Who was your greatest mentor and what did they teach you?
Easy.
Go on.
My father. Not so much about what he said, but just by watching him. Taught me how to be a man. The way he worked and still went on, after work would get degrees, and his education was always a big part, important. He never talked about it, just did it.
Right.
Taught me about being on time or being early. Early's on time. On time is late.
Yeah.
Taught me how to, that your reputation is something that you earn, both good and bad. Taught me the importance of family. Taught me that to be a man and to apologize is one and the same. And he would apologize to me, which I learned that lesson early on.
Did you know your grandfather, your paternal
did.
grandfather?
I
Was
did.
he like your father, do you think? Or
No.
different? No, really wasn't.
No.
So it's he kind of did the opposite, maybe.
he broke the cycle.
Okay.
My father broke the cycle.
Okay. I'm really happy you've got a great dad like that. That's
Same.
something special.
Yeah.
Teach by example.
Yeah.
Who are your fictional and real life heroes?
I don't have any fictional heroes, really. I've never really thought about that. Real life, I would say, because I lived with this person for the past 27 years, I have to say my wife.
Yeah.
Bravest, fiercest, most loyal, most integrity, knows the difference between right and wrong, is my moral compass when it comes to, if I get a little squirrely on a few things, like we can't do it that way.
Right.
She stands by, she's a woman of her word. I I've seen her face immense challenges and succeed. I know, and I've seen her walk into something that she's been extremely, has been extremely afraid of, and then overcome it, and with grace. She gave birth to my 3 children, just carried them.
Yeah.
She's an amazing mother. She's my hero.
It's all I.
Do you hear that a lot from guys?
No, not really. Not with such integrity.
No.
No, I don't. I mean, I feel very similar about my missus.
Yeah.
We've been around the same time. We've been together that sort of length of time, even longer. But everything you said, I just kept feeling grace. It's a certain grace. Some people have a certain grace, and they can do it. They just.
The fact that I was able to land somebody like that, my dad did all. He did say this to me. He said, "Marry above your station."
Yeah, well, I certainly did.
Me too.
Okay. What is your favorite item of clothing in your wardrobe?
Oh my gosh! Right now,
Yeah.
I have these pair of Maharishi, like streetwear pants. I wore them about 15 years ago, and I thought they were out. And my daughter, who's 22, said, "I saw these pants at Maharishis. They look like the ones you used to have." I go, "Those are the ones I have." So I have a beautiful pair of black Maharishis with embroidered like a dragon on the back, on the calf.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did your daughter try and steal them?
Oh yeah.
Oh, she did, of
Oh,
course.
Yeah.
What music did you love age 13, and do you still love it now?
Yes, of course. Age 13, that was 1984, Prince.
Okay.
When Doves Cry.
Okay.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Oh, yes, good times.
Relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
I know.
Van Halen, Jump. Yeah, I love all that stuff. So
And what's the most inspiring book you've ever read?
I'm not a big reader, and I don't read that many self-help books. I read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Be in the moment. That was very, very important. I read another book called Running with the Buffaloes. Don't remember the author right now, but this guy who used to run cross country spent a season with the University of Colorado cross country team, and it was so inspiring because they're the best. They won every year, and I'm not a runner, but I wanted to run after that.
All right. Did you?
No.
Like me. What is a movie that left a lasting impression on you?
Kramer versus Kramer. Again, my father took me to this movie. I was enchanted. I was this little, probably 10, 11-year-old kid, depending on what year it was out, and it depicted New York in the late 70s, or 1980, probably late 70s if I got the date right. I was transfixed with this city. I didn't know I'd be living here, 20 years later, I would be living here for the majority of my life now. I love the relationship between Dustin Hoffman and his son, the father and the son. It was a beautiful movie, and it was about a father that the mother left, so he had to raise his son. And it was Meryl Streep's first film.
Amazing film.
Do you remember that film?
Of course, I remember that film. It was amazing.
Heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking. It was heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it around the same age as you, and being it was one of the most emotionally effective films. I think that's when I thought of that sort of film can do to you. It was incredible. And you went on your own with your dad. Did you go with your siblings?
No, my dad took me. I think he just wanted to see the movie, and I loved going to the movies.
Right, okay.
And that's what made me want to be an actor, was watching that movie.
Well, that's a wonderful bonding moment, isn't it, to have that with your father. It's a tough one, maybe, but what do you want people to say about your funeral?
Damn.
I could. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I have absolutely no idea what they would say. Hopefully, I made amends by that time.
Oh, okay. I'm sure there'll be lots of people saying lots of lovely things about you, especially your family. Okay, final quick 5 questions.
Sure.
What's your favorite car?
1986 Defender 110 green.
Oh, British racing car.
That's correct.
As it should be. Sports team?
Campobasso FC.
Is that your team?
That's our team.
I'll look them up.
Yes.
Meal?
rigatoni bolognese, made by my mom.
Oh, does she still make it for you?
We haven't had it in a long time. I'm gonna go hit her up in a couple months when I see her.
Okay. Grooming product?
Oh gosh, I'm not very fussy.
Right.
You know,
What was that?
soap. I would say soap, Dove soap,
Okay.
and maybe some Layrite, like pomade.
Okay. And clothing label?
It's a few things I love. I love like a Tom Ford T-shirt, jeans as well. I'm vibing right now with the Canali suits.
Okay.
He makes some nice suits.
I like the suit on you today.
Well, that was a Canali.
Oh, it was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really interested. I'm sure you've been asked this 1,000 times, but what do you put down your success in your relationship, your marriage to? What's kind of, what is it? Longevity? Is it just respect? I mean, I'm in a similar boat, so
Yeah.
I think for me it's respect, it's space, it's them having their own dreams, you supporting them, family and learning and going through things. Have you got any tips?
You know, I think I knew it when I saw her. She definitely challenges me in the best possible ways. I'm just crazy about her when I look at her.
Yeah.
Something happens.
Oh.
It's just, and that was the initial thing. I was like, I can't not be with this person. I think we have, the word allegiance to each other is probably not even a strong enough word. You know, I know she has my back, and I hope she knows I have hers. You know, and I love the fact that as we go on, especially it's going to be over 27 years now, that the chapters in the book of our story, our love story, are just so different. Every chapter is so different and so unique, and we have so many great memories. And I also said, you know, that somebody asked me the same question. I said, find someone that you enjoy walking on the beach with, talking about the future, about what you want. And we did that when we were 24 years old, and we still do it now. Like, what are we dreaming about? Wouldn't it be great if we could do this? And the more time we spend doing that, and then actually succeeding in those dreams, it's just, you know. And if we stopped doing that, I never want to stop doing that. Dream about what we could do. What, you know, now let's talk about grandchildren, and you know, we're designing things around like, you know, we want to be the magnets.
Yeah.
We want to be the favorite.
Yeah, of course you do.
You know, so
Everyone wants
we're
to
building
on us.
magnets.
Yeah, you're
so
smart.
they
You're
have
working
to
ahead.
They have to come to us.
Oh.
But it's those kind of conversations that I think really tie us together and bond us together. Even when I know I'm highly annoying, and she's extremely patient.
Oh.
I would say that's probably definitely a big factor in the success of a relationship is her patience.
Mark Consuelos.
John.
Honestly, absolutely a pleasure
Thanks.
and delight to spend the afternoon with you and to talk to you and to share with you.
This was fun.
Thank you so much for being our guest on Mr. Feelgood.
Thank you.
Thank you.